Good morning students. In this video session I am going to explain about the for loop and nested for loop. Okay. So for loop is also one of the type of the looping statement. What's the use of looping statement? Used to execute the set of instructions repeatedly. So for loop is also allows to execute the statements repeatedly until the condition satisfied or until the condition false. Okay. So if you see the for loop, the initialization, condition, increment, decrement will be worked in a single line. The while loop and all, it will be done in the 3 steps. For the for loop, it will be done in single step. See the syntax. First for is a keyword, then bracket, okay, then bracket, initialization, then semicolon. The first part, yes, initialization is one step. So for denoting the end, we have to put semicolon, not comma, semicolon. Then condition, another step, semicolon. Then increment or decrement. So see this example, I equal to 0, initialization, I less than 10, condition, then I plus plus. Here this for is the keyword, inside the curly brace statements. This is the flow chart. First initialization, this is the first step, then condition, okay. If the condition is true, here it is true. If the condition is true, body will be executed, then increment, decrement, again it will check the condition. First initialization, condition, body, increment, decrement. So this is the first step, this is the second step, and this is the third step, and this is the fourth step. All of you got it? First initialization, then condition. What the third step? Third step is the body, fourth step is the increment, decrement. Okay. Now we can see one example for this. Okay. So void main. Here I am going to, this is the program to find sum of n natural numbers. Okay, or sum of numbers. Sum of n numbers or n natural numbers. So first I use the header files, then void main, then I am using declaration int, okay, int n comma sum equal to 0 comma I. Okay. So first of all I want to do the initialization, right? So first we have to initialization, then condition, then body, then increment, decrement. This is the step. So I am going to find sum of n numbers. So I declare the n, then sum. For initialization I did I. Okay. Now find the n value. What is sum of n numbers? For example, if n is 5 means 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. This is sum of 5 numbers. 3, 3, 6, 10, 15, right? So this is the n value here. All of you got it? Sum of n numbers. First n number, n value you have to get, and you have to add the values before the n. This is sum of n numbers. This is the program I am going to do. So I need the n value. So printf enter n value, scanf, I am getting the n value percentage d comma ampersand n. Okay. Now I am going to use the for loop. For I want to start from 0 means you have to put 0. If you want to start from 1 means you can start with this 1. Here for example I am using 5. Okay. So comma, this is initialization, I less than equal to 5. So I want to add till 5, 1 to 5. So I am using I less than equal to. This is the condition. Then I want to increment it here, right? For when the condition will be broken, when the I value reaches 5, it will be broken. So I am using increment. Don't put the semicolon here. Then curly brace. Here I am adding it. Sum equal to sum plus I. Okay. Then print outside the loop, printf sum equal to percentage d comma sum. Okay, now I will explain the program. First, I declare the n value, for getting the n number. Then I am going to add the sum of series. I am declaring sum equal to 0. Any number added with 0, it is 1. Then I am declaring the variable I. Okay. Then I am declaring the variable I. Printf, enter the value. I am getting the n value. For example, my n value is 5. Okay. So here, my starting position of the I is 1. So this is the first step, initialization. This is the second step, condition. I less than equal to 5. That is 1 less than equal to 5. Condition true or false? Condition is true. Then this is the third. This is the third. So already sum equal to 0. 0 plus 1, how much? You will get 1. 1 plus. Then after completing this is the fourth step. First step, initialization. Second one is condition. Third is body. Fourth one is increment. Now what's the I value? Now I value is 2. 2 less than equal to 5. Again condition true. Here sum equal to, what's the sum value now? I plus, what's the I value? 2. How much? Now the sum value is 3. Again increment. Now the I value is 3. 3 less than equal to 5. Condition true. So already 3 is there. 3 plus 3, how much? 6. 3 plus 3, 6. Okay. Now again increment. Now 4. 4 is also less than 5. So already here 6 is here. 6 is here. 6 plus 4 how much? 10. Now it is 10. Okay. Again increment. Now the I value is 5. 5 is less than, not less than, but equal to 5. So condition true. 10 plus 5, 15. Now inside this sum, 15 is stored. Okay. Again increment. Now what will happen? 6. 6 less than, condition is false. Once the condition is false, it will come out of the loop. Here I am printing the sum value. Sum equal to percentage %d. Here sum. So you will get the output. Enter n value. I am giving 5. So you will get the output sum equal to 15. So this is the way you have to use the for loop. The next one is nested for loop. Okay. Nested for loop is nothing but loop which is present inside the another loop. If one for loop is present inside the another loop, we say it is a nested loop. Your nested loop is very important because from the second unit itself, for the array, 2-dimensional array and all, we are going to use this nested for loop. So listen carefully how the flow of execution works. Okay. So this is the first step, initialization, and this is the second step, condition. What's the third step? Body, right? Here the body is the started here, right? So here the body is this for loop. So it will come, third position is here, and again it will check the condition 4th. Now this is the body 5, this is 6, this is 7. This is the flow. Now I will explain. See here. First, what's the I value? I value equal to 1. I less than 5. What's the I value? 1 less than equal to 5. Condition is true. If the condition is true means it will come j equal to 1. If the condition is true, it will come here. J equal to 1 and j less than equal to I. Whether this condition is true or false. What's the j value? 1. Less than equal to I. It's not less but equal to I. So 1 equal to less than equal to 1. Again this condition is true. If both the condition is true, it will come here. It will print 1 star. It will print 1 star. After completing this, j plus plus. Always the inner loop. The inner loop has the highest. Inner loop execute first. Inner loop only execute first. Once the inner loop completed, it will go to the outer loop. So after this step, j plus plus. Now what's the j value? J equal to 2. So now j value equal to 2. J less than equal to I. 2 less than equal to I. So condition false. Condition is false. So condition is false means this statement should not be executed, the for loop will be closed. But see here, the body of the outer for loop is till this for loop and this printf statement. What is this slash n? New line, nest line. Listen carefully. The outer for loop body is started here and ended here, from here to here. So this print line is there. So it will come to the nest line. Okay. Again, now the inner loop is over, right? Now again this step. This is the 8th step. I plus plus. Now what is the I value? 2. Now I value equal to 2. Whether this condition is true or false. 2 less than equal to 5, condition is true. Now j value. J equal to 1. J less than. What is j value? 1 less than equal to 2, condition is true. So it will print again 1 star. The new line, it will print another star. Again j plus plus. Now j value equal to 2, 2 less than equal to 2, condition true. So again 1 more star. All of you got it? Again j value. Now j value equal to 3. So 3 less than equal to 2. So it is false. So again new line. Once this thing is false, this thing cannot be executed, right? Once the condition is false, body should not be executed, so slash n. So now I value is 3. Now I equal to 3, 3 less than equal to 5, condition is true. So j equal to 1, 1 less than equal to 3, again condition false. So the body 1 star will be printed. Now j equal to 2, 2 less than equal to 3, again condition true, 1 more star. Now j value is 3. Okay, so 3 less than equal to 3, condition star, so 1 more star. Now j value equal to 4, 4 less than equal to 3, condition false. Condition false means star won't be executed, this line slash n. Now again I value. What's the I value? I equal to 4, 4 less than equal to 5, condition true. J equal to 1, 1 less than equal to 4, condition true. So star. Now j value is incremented as 2. This j value is incremented as 2. So 2 less than equal to 4, condition true, 1 star. Now again j value equal to 3. J value equal to 3. 3 less than equal to, what's the I value? 4. Again condition true, 1 more star. Now j value equal to incremented as 4. So 4 less than 3. J value is 4. 4 less than 3. Okay. Sorry. 4 less than equal to 4 here also. So 1 more star. Now j value equal to 5. Here false, right? J 5. So 5 less than equal to 4, condition false. So what will happen? And again slash n. Now what will happen? I value equal to 5. 5 less than equal to 5, condition true. Now j equal to 1. 1 less than equal to 5, true. So 1 star. Now j value is 2, 1 star. Now j value is 3, 1 star. Now j value is 4, 1 star. Now j value is 5, again 1 star. Now j value is 6, so condition false. Here also I value is 6, so condition false. So you will get the output like this. The slash n won't displayed in the screen. It's a new line, nest line, it will be printed. All of you got it, how it works. Okay. So this is the way your nested for loop will works. I hope you understand this, students. Thank you.